I was just listening to the guy. He was telling people, he was saying people need to get a life to Jesus and build a relationship. I don't even know how y'all were making it out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, when I got in this situation, and I started noticing people was in the street and they were doing what they were doing. I said, wait a minute, ain't nobody reading the Bible? I mean, we know about going to church and all that, but ain't nobody reading the Bible? Wait a minute, they sacrificed. I thought she was in church last night. They sacrificed folk? You know, it's like, whoa. We don't do the Father like that. You either cold or hot. You ain't finna blend it up like that. No, hell no. Hell no. You go to church to heal from all that. You don't go to church to participate in it. Man, yeah, I don't know. Y'all better get Jesus, get together, get right with Jesus. He had a beautiful message though. But yeah, ain't nothing like Big Brother. I don't know why. I mean, if you can hang out with Satan, you can hang. I'm telling y'all, this is the way it is for me. I don't even understand what people saying traditional and boring. Like, I hung with people who did drugs. I ain't had no choice. I hung with people who did drugs. I drunk alcohol with killers. You know? It was somebody gonna kill somebody a long time ago. And I was just chilling with them at a cookout. And I was, one of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? He would kill you. And I said, and he got into it with a neighbor or somebody. He said, I'm gonna come up with it. He said, wait a minute. He would have got his gun. I said, hold on, folks. And the dude's sister was on the pole. I said, wait, hold on, folks. Hold on. I just go fight him for it. I jumped out the pole. Like I was jumping a hurdle. Cause they had his stuff on. I jumped out the pole. I said, I just fight him for you. And, it did not go down. But he was like, I'm too drunk, worried about fighting him. I ain't gonna be doing no fighting. But but it's like he was just somebody I grew up with. Grew up with people like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had drunk with him. That's when I used to drink. I ain't even drank that much. No, I had quit drinking. I just drank a beer with him because we ain't seen each other forever. I just drank a beer with him. And we kicking with him, and it just jumped off. It jumped off, And I got up out of there after the situation got resolved. But I grew up around them. Wasn't nothing I could do. I had to be around these people. I couldn't. What, I'm gonna hide in my house? What, I'm gonna hide in my house in a room, shut the door, lock myself in a room? I'm in chaos. I'm born and raised in chaos. What? I get right with God. I can't. I had no choice. I had to go to school with these people and everything. So it's like I partied with them. I go to a party. You ain't gotta drink because they drink. I was the driver. Anyway. I was driving for big time dope dealers. So we couldn't have no mistakes. Couldn't be no mistakes. So I went to the party with the hardest cats. And party, had a good time, And the way I moved, God taught me how to move like that. What Youngin was saying, he said sometimes he go through something, he feel like he don't want to talk to God. That's when you should talk to God about it. Because see, your conscience is warning you. Your ancestors is warning you. Whatever you did to make you feel uncomfortable. The key is to taper yourself out of being uncomfortable. I know what you're talking about, because I had to grow up out here. And you got friends, probably got friends you love and you want to hang with. When it's like that, you got to taper off. And they'll see you taper off of whatever they got going on. It ain't got to be drugs, it could be anything. Just dealing with women, the wrong way, whatever. Partying the wrong, whatever. You got to taper out of that situation. And you got to do it in front of them. And you going to gain respect. They're going to start respecting you because you're going to change. And it's like frequency, young blood. It's like frequency. You know what I'm saying? When you elevate out of the frequency, like this is the frequency you on. Everybody on there. But then you start to elevate out of that frequency. You pull yourself out of that frequency, slowly, tapering off. It don't matter what it is. And let them watch it. And don't be forcing nothing on them. Let me tell you, this guy, I mean, if you want to do it that way, I ain't never did it that way. I tried it and it didn't work that way. Because I was going to have to live with these street cats. You see somebody, you tell somebody to do something some way, and they go home. I seen people do this. They go home, put their all heart into it, and they pray hard to God. And whatever they were praying to God for still didn't go their way. And then what you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? So it's best not to force nothing, because things is gonna happen by nature anyway. It's all about understanding. So when you pull yourself out of that energy and you still around them, that's gonna make them change. They might not tell you about it, but they're gonna respect you because your attitude gonna change. Because the beautiful thing about that situation is, as you change, they're gonna keep throwing it in your face. Not out of disrespect, just because they're your friend, you know. And they probably literally forgot that you ain't getting down like that no more. And the more they throw it in your face, the more you say no, the more power you start to hold, the more you start to regain your power back, your energy back. And it's gonna change your attitude in a good way, a healthy way. Nobody, like I tell folks, bro, when people meet me, they can't tell that I love God like I love God unless I start talking. And normally when they get it from me, it'd be like, hey man, let's go do this. Let's go do that. I'll tell them, man, don't I ain't gotta say nothing. Even if the dudes around me don't like me, they'll check them for me. They'll be like, man, he don't get down like that. I could be in jail or whatever. Man, he don't get down like that. Don't talk to him like that. He don't do that. They watch me evolve out of that situation, so they gonna respect you. And that's what I'm trying to bring back to the game, bro. Like somehow somebody started disrespecting the people who changed. And then they started contaminating the whole neighborhood. It ain't never been like that, and it shouldn't be like that. It ain't gonna ever be like that, and we ain't gonna make it like that. So stop. Disgusting. It's disgusting. You go to the clinics and you get something to suppress all that mess you got going on down there, and then you can't spread it nowhere. And then you go get you some help. Get you some help. Talk to somebody. Go to church. Well, you get help free at church. Get you some help. And then you come back out here and realize we ain't the one that contaminated you, and quit trying to put it on us. Otherwise, it's got to be like this. STDs over here, healthy over here. And you just going to have to respect it. And it is what it is. Y'all better quit all that mess out there. Y'all got too much going on, bro. There's too much going on out there, bro. There's too much going on, bro. But, yeah, anyway, you just keep doing what you do. That's good, man. That's your ancestors talking to you. Whatever you feel uncomfortable, don't rush it, though. Don't rush nothing. Go in there and give time to God. I'm going to tell you how you can fight that. Best way to fight that, young blood. I'm going to show you a key code. Get up every morning and pray. Give God 15 minutes at least. Pray and read a chapter. If you don't want to read a chapter, about 3 chapters a day at the minimum, really, y'all. I get to 3 chapters. I was doing a lot. But then when I done read it so much, I just read a verse, honestly, a couple verses. A lot. I read around the Bible. It's an extension of me, so I read it different. But 3 chapters at a minimum a day. But when you first, don't stress yourself by doing that at one time. When you get up in the morning, just open your Bible and just read the first thing that you see. You know, read, if you want to read a couple verses or whatever, don't stress yourself trying to read it. Read enough to where you understand, so you know. But just know 3 chapters a day is a minimum. Okay, now once you do this is the key code, bro. This is like a literal code that works for human beings out here in the world to protect you from any demonic activity. Even if it's around you, it won't affect you. And your emotions won't get so tied up in it. So, and it's gonna raise your vibration. And give 15 minutes of quiet time. You know what I'm saying? And or 7 minutes at the least, but I say 15 minutes of quiet time. And what is that? Every day. I don't know why people like 3 days a week. You gotta get over it. Look, we ain't going to church. We walking in the church. We are the church. We walk in churches. Every day. Every day, dog. Every day. What's wrong with y'all like that? Every day, bro. Cause people be telling me, you too this, you too that, you too this. That's why I gotta have a lover. That's why I'm glad the lover, hopefully, that they put me together with, love God just as much as I love God. 'Cause I can't deal with all that. I can't deal with that. You want to deal with God halfway crap. You want to just deal with God like he's some kind of loser. You want to protect me, God, because I'm scared. And then just go out here and do drugs, kill folk and everything. No, we ain't doing all that. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna have sex at church, go to church to have sex with folk. No. We told you not to turn it into a den of thieves. And now you want me to tell the Father you want to turn it into a whorehouse? You can't just go to the club. You can't just stop going, oh, you're a preacher. See, that's a problem. Who told you was a preacher? Who gave you a preacher license? So that's what you got to ask yourself, you know what I'm saying? I just went all the way over there. I'm sorry, I'm coming back. But anyway, you do that, you read that verse. Okay, you get your verse right. In the morning, let that be the first thing. Don't grab your phone. Sometimes I grab my phone just to throw me off from not burning myself out from reading the Bible, and which is not gonna happen. I'm just quick to burn out with stuff, and the Bible is one thing I never got burnt out with, which is a good thing. But I can get burnt out with anything unless it's a lover or the Bible, you know. So, you know what I mean. But I get burnt out with lover too, but I amp it back up, you know. I get it back right. I talk to her about it. Hey, this is the issue. You boring me and I'm boring you. We're going to have to change it up so we ain't boring each other if we're going to stay together. But anyway. So, I don't know what them fly. Y'all see them fly? They like they coming out the wall, bro. It's like somebody drilled a hole and put a fly nest. They did that with black widows one time. They were everywhere. That's what happens when you keep getting attacked. The flies scared of them. I killed 100 flies today. They just coming back to back. It's cold as hell in the room. I don't know what. I done started beating on them so good. I done started, I can make a beat out of it. But anyway, it's a workout. But anyway, like I said, you read a verse and you meditate. And when you read a verse first and get that 15 minutes to 7 minutes to guys in complete silence. Don't do music like I do. It's better to do it in complete silence so you can learn. I heard my man talking about it, but I had already learned it. But I get what he talking about. He said you can make the sounds around you when you meditate a lot. You can see what y'all just gotta go. I keep forgetting it now. I'm finna butcher it again. I think his name's Shaheen Yi or something like that. Bro, he can, what I'm trying to say, he can explain it in depth. That's how you know he done meditated a lot. But anyway, you do it. He got but I wish I could remember the name of it. But anyway, he explains that. And what it is like the sound, let's say you stay in the city or something, it don't matter. You gonna notice like somebody blow a horn, it's gonna be like confirmation to you. Everything around you gonna be like confirmation. Somebody drop something, confirmation. Somebody call, confirmation. And when you talking to God now, when you talking to God in your mind, it's like you wanna hear God, right? You wanna hear God. How can you hear God? You got God, I can't hear you. Your mind clouded, you're young, I can't hear you. And you just think you're talking to God, God, how can I tell? Be quiet, just be quiet now, watch this. God, how can I tell you next thing you know you hear a horn sound? You was just talking to God. Okay, now what did you say when you heard that horn sound? That was God. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Felt it right there. Oh, I got chills, thank you, God. Chills all up. In the corpus callosum, ain't nobody playing with God out there. Who gonna play with God? Ain't no fool gonna play with God. Not even a fool to play with God. Ain't nobody gonna play with God, bro. Don't play. Everybody gonna have to stop playing with God, bro. What it is, we done took God for a joke. We think God ain't serious. God is real. More than that. He created Satan, but we don't play. We ain't playing with Satan though. We let Satan take us in the back dark room. Not me. Hey, go everywhere with Satan. Going everywhere with Satan. Everywhere. Respecting them. Give them a dirt bike in the prisons. I'm just playing. I'm just tripping, bro. Wait, say. But I'm just saying though, like, it's like the things we go that extra mile for Satan. Why we can't do that for God? God created Satan. It makes no sense to be scared of the one who can condemn the flesh and not the one who can condemn the flesh and the soul. It just don't make no sense. You know? So anyway, when you do this, young blood, what's going to happen is when you get into that situation that made you feel uncomfortable, you might not feel uncomfortable. See, that's the beauty in it. See, you might be stressing yourself out because your philosophy of God. But when you start giving your energy to Jesus like you're supposed to, when you start actually putting time into Jesus like you're supposed to, you can start by that little thing that I just showed you. And you're going to build up from there on your own. And when you start building up from there on your own, that's proof from God that you finally putting time into Jesus Christ. And now you and Jesus going back and forth for putting time into each other. Jesus already always putting time in us, but we don't hardly ever put time into Jesus. So you start to get creative like I did. I got creative with artwork. I got creative with singing. All this is Jesus. All this revolves around Jesus. That's why when people try, I understand. I'm going to quit talking junk because I know she's trying to just make me do better so I can get up out of here. And I need to quit acting. But, you know, women like mamas to me. And I just like to give them hell like bad sons. You know what I'm saying? In a good way, if they my woman, though. I got a bad tendency of calling my woman or my wife mama. Yeah, mama. Okay, mama. Yes, ma'am, mama. They love it, though. Most I mean, you know, that's how when I was young, you know, that don't count. But, you know, I had one of them ratchet women, one of them bull daggers, you know, the ones that think they mean, the ones that really take, I had one put them hands on me. I was sitting down like this. She put all, she got in the stance and everything, the Bruce Lee stance, and she put it all in a wow, wow, wow. And I grabbed her, man, I put over my knee, I spanked her butt. She went over her friend house and he spanked me. I ain't seen her ever again, bro. Well, I saw her after that, but something else went down and we just stopped dealing with each other. But she was just so ashamed because she was used to being a bully to people. Like she was literally out here beating up men, bro. Hardcore men. I mean, she'll grab their head and do the John Wick on them, put them against the wall, and grab the book and hit them in the throat. She tried all that, put her over my knee and spanked her butt. And then she went up to her friend's house, she was like, oh, yeah, he spanked me. And she was looking like a little baby, bro. Like she had never been treated like that in a day in her life. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was just fun and game. But what I'm trying to say, I got distracted again, then. What I'm trying to say is give your time to God the right way. And God gonna strengthen you the right way. When I'm out here, see, just like that incident with the woman, I have to deal with it. I live in these streets, bro. I ain't nowhere. They wouldn't let me out. Somebody literally buried me alive. So I had, no matter how I elevated with God, I still had to deal with these guys, females and males. So if I was out there on the street and it was around gangsters, and I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying, and wanting to hang with somebody, you know, spend some time with the people. They everything kosher, everything good, until they be like, hey man, let's go do this and let's go do that. And like I said, I done been in this energy for so long, the people around me, whether they like me or not, say, man, don't bother him like that. He don't do that. He don't get down like that. So that's the respect I get for it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I hope that helps somebody out there.